Okay, so David G's asked to expand the importance of level two and the trading of it. So first off, you need to have level two. Trading without it is like trading blind. It's such an important part of the whole trading system. Even if you can see the charts and the volume, you need to know where stuff is lining up, where the sellers are coming in, where where the buyers are. Is it weak? Is it strong? All sorts of things. And so level two is very important. You can see the level two here. This is the live trades. Now on the top part here, this just shows me how much is bid and how much is offered at each price level. So right now 824, 763 shares, and on the offer 825. But don't believe that. It's 2,200 shares, but don't believe that. What's more important is down here and to see what's stacking up on either side of the trade. Now, interestingly enough, NSDQ and NSD, that's the same order. It's the same trader. EDGX. So you've got your main ones though. You've got the NSDX, Q and NSD, BATS, EDGX, and ARCA. Those are pretty much your main traders on this stock. So you can see here now, these 100 share orders in here like this. Those all could be hidden orders, or they could just be 100 shares. You don't know. I always assume that it's probably hidden orders, especially if there's a whole bunch of, like on the sell side here, there's 2, 4, 6 people lined up. It says 3,200 shares, but there's hundreds and 200s in there. This probably, some of that is hidden sellers. So it's more how much green is there, or how much green is there that tells me, if it's a strong bid or if it's a weak bid. So you can see that the stock is in this downtrending channel here, and as it gets up to this level here of 829, if it can, you'll see the offers stack up, and big huge sellers, and sometimes they'll show size, because maybe they're short, and then they'll show size to try and scare the buyers away. And so that's actually one of the things I'm always watching for. When I see a big offer in there and it starts to get eaten away, then I'm looking to participate in that and buy it, because it's going to pop when that guy, if he's short and he's trying to scare people and everybody else is shorting with him because they see that size, and then it gets eaten up and pops through that. Those things will pop 10, 15, 25 cents. And so quite often I'll look to trade that. But this is an art. There's no doubt about it. Level 2 is not a science. Level 2 is an art. And so you always have to be watching it. Whenever you're trading, you're watching this, and you'll get the feel for it eventually after 32 years. No, after about 4 years of day trading, I finally, it took me a year or two to figure out, what is happening with, when I see stuff on here. It's like that movie, The Matrix. There's this stuff that goes streaming by, and all the actors go, "Oh, look what's happening! Neo's fighting Mr. Smith or whatever it is, and oh my goodness, you better get out of there, Neo, because he's beating you up." They can see that, and of course nobody else can. You have to be able to read it. That's sort of what. To me, that's sort of what this is. You've got to be able to have the experience of seeing it and watching it all the time to see what it means and how this action reflects in the marketplace, in the charts. So I'm watching both at the same time, especially when I'm trading it. I'm not watching this so much when I'm just watching the chart pattern to see if it's an area that I'm interested in. Like now, this is an area for Cronus that you would be looking to short. I'm not going to, but if I was, it's in this downtrending channel. It's coming up to resistance at 830, and I would look for it, to roll over into this area. So So I'm watching, but I can see that the bidders are stacking up. Now look at this. And just as I'm saying that, of course, it pops through that level, this downtrending channel. And you could see the buyers coming in. You know, there was 28, then all of a sudden 28 was a big stack of buyers. And then the 30s and then the 31s. But as it sort of runs out of steam here, 35, so the other traders, there's going to be traders, okay, let's add some more 35, 36 in here. And you can start to see that, there's 31, well, 31 is still pretty good, but they're just starting to stack a bit at 32. And you're going to see pretty soon, if this thing starts to run, especially above 35, this will go, this all of a sudden will disappear, and there'll be big stacks on the buy side. And you know that this thing's, is going, there's people very interested in covering their shorts or going long, with the momentum. So, one of the things that is also, we had this bid in here that was there was 22,000 bid at 26 by EDGX. Now EDGX has got another order here at 30. So when he puts up his order at 30 and is showing there, then he only shows up once. So it's not showing up his 26 order because he's in there at 30. Now if he gets taken out at 30, we'll watch to see if he shows back up here at 26 with that order for 22,000. And we'll see if that was actually an order or if he was just flashing it to try and drive prices up. Now look, this looks strong in here now. The 830s are building up. We've got much stronger 830 bids in here. And the 831. So this, this could be it's come back, tested the support line, this trending line here. The 5 EMA and 15 EMA have crossed, moving up, and it's broken out of this trend, come back and tested. Let's see, so you can see that the 830s are stacking up here. So to me, this is looking like it's a stronger chart, but it really's got to get through the 836 here. But this is stronger. This is going to scare sellers away. Now there's a guy offering, oh, he got taken out, or maybe it wasn't any good. Now we should see the sellers start to stack up at 85, at 35, 37. So the 32s were quite strong, 30s and 32s were quite strong, but 34s now are stacking up. And that's because it's coming into this resistance. And short sellers know that as well. Everybody knows that, not just short sellers. Even I know that. And what do I know? And so, so the sellers are thinking, well, this is coming in an area of resistance. I need to get off my position, or I need to short stock in here. And you'll see that, if the sellers are obviously supply and demand, if we get more sellers than buyers, then this thing rolls over. But for now, it is in this new uptrending channel. And let's see, what's coming in. This isn't really an apex because, I'm just fanning it out. Let's see what happens here. Big buyers coming in here. $8,200 now at 32. So, the shorts see this, they're going to, and you can see now the shorts, or not the shorts, the sellers. Not too many people are excited about either A, shorting in here, or B, selling, because they think it's going to go higher because the bid is looking much stronger. But there is offers at 834, and because this is the resistance at 34, 35, and 36. But this 34 is getting eaten out. Now at 35, you can see there's some offers there. Oh, they got, because NSDQ is the same Here it is here. So this is the same order. This shows, you got to be quick. It was a great example of the same order though. Let's see what happens if that gets taken out. We might see it again. Quietening up. You can see it's at the apex of this, this wedge here, and the volume starts to dry up. But there is buyers in here, 10,000 now bid. I'm just waiting for that order to come back. But the sellers also stacking up. These are probably all hidden sellers. Look at this now. You can see the sellers are smelling blood, so they start to stack it up. But there's a strong bid there, so it's a battle between the two, the buyers and the sellers at the moment. The buyers are all showing size, and they went away. All those big bids, they pulled them. They say, okay, oops, there's stuff stacking up at 833. Maybe they're on both sides of the market, and they see what's stacking up, so they pull their bids and go on the offer. Anyway, so there's that sort of gives you an idea of level 2. It just takes a lot of experience, a lot of reading it, watching it closely, how it trades, what it does, and what it means. And I'm happy to talk about level 2 if anybody has any more questions on it, or maybe once a day we need to look at level 2 and see what it means.